can you tell us what issue 9 is on the ballot in May?
Yes, on May 8th, we'll have a 0.25% payroll profit, what we call payroll profit tax, on the ballot for residents' consideration in the city. Basically, this money is earmarked for police, fire, and service department. Police will certainly enhance their 911 system if this passes. They'll update their communications if this passes, dispatch communications, and also we'll deal with detectives in the Detective Bureau and any other personnel that we need to bring about. The fire department, basically, if this passes, it's not that we need any more employees for the police or for the fire department, but we will be purchasing a new aerial truck, which ours is around 23, 24 years old. In order to recertify that truck, it would cost us about $550,000. Buying a new truck is going to cost us about $1.1 million. Service department, we have 15 full-time employees. When I was mayor back in the day, we had 22 full-time employees. Today we have that many more lane miles. We have much more increased amount of people in our community on a daily basis and that much more work. So running an operation in the service department of 15 people, we just don't have enough bodies.
Okay. Can you tell us why the city decided to put issue 9 on the ballot on May 8th?
Well, we decided to put it on the ballot because there is a fire levy, 1 mil levy, that is up for renewal. And it was decided by council and myself that it would be best if we do not renew the 1 mil levy, which would save residents on their real estate taxes. If they have a $100,000 home, it would save them $60 a year. If it's $200,000, it would save them $120,000 a year, et cetera, et cetera. So we felt that the income tax would be less effective to our residents, and taking off the millage for a 1 mil, taking it off of their real estate taxes. And this will drive more dollars. Excuse me.
Okay. You talked about what will happen if issue 9 passes. Can you tell us a little bit about what will happen if issue 9 fails?
Well, if issue 9 fails, obviously we will not be able to update our 911 communication, our system within our dispatch. We will not be able to upgrade our communications between our vehicles and our dispatch center. We will obviously not be able to put more detectives on and other personnel for the police department. We will not be able to purchase a new aerial truck, which obviously affects their ISO rating, which is their insurance service offices, which right currently now we're at a 2, which keeps their insurance low. And the service department will have to continue to squeak along and not have enough personnel in the winter months, especially when we're having to plow all the streets that we have in the city. We just don't have enough personnel to get it all done. So we're stretched really thin. We've done very well with what we have, but the city will remain stagnant.
Okay, can you tell us exactly what earned income tax is and who it affects?
Yeah, earned income tax obviously is for those that are working in Macedonia. So if you work at, let's say, Home Depot or Walmart, you're an employee there, you're going to pay the 2.25%. If you're a resident, however, and you work in a community outside of Macedonia that's either at 2.25% or greater, then you will pay nothing back to the city. Currently, the residents of our community have an ability to request a refund, so effectively they are only paying 2% back to the city of Macedonia. And in any other community that they're working, if they're paying 2.25, they're going to continue to pay the 2.25. Or if they're in another community that they're working in is at 2%, they'll pay, currently they're only paying 2%. But if this goes up by 0.25, they will pay that additional 0.25.
So I want to make sure I understand. So a retired resident, if issue 9 passes, their taxes will essentially go down. Is that correct? Did
Yes,
I have that right?
correct. If you're someone who is retired or not working, certainly you pay no taxes. So it does not affect your retirement fund. It does not affect your Social Security. Those that are on fixed incomes, it does not. So all of the residents in our community that fall under that umbrella are not affected by this. As well, if this passes, then City Council will not offer to renew the fire levy, which is a 1 mil levy, which will then cause their real estate taxes to decrease after this year.
Okay. Last year's earned income tax increase, what was that money used for?
Those dollars were used for redoing roads, and those dollars can only be used for roads. We had $17 million of roads that we need to resurface. We were only able to get 9 million of those roads done, and this year they're going to see a lot of barrels throughout the community, and you're going to see promises made, promises kept this year, because we are doing those roads, all of them this year. There's about 42 roads in total, and those dollars again can only be used on roads because the voters said we want our roads resurfaced. We're going to support this. They did support it, and we're doing the roads. I can't use those dollars for anything other than roads.
Is the tax refund for the 0.25% still available to residents?
Yes, it's available. That they need to just go on our website. There are forms on our website. They can make application. If they have an accountant, ask their accountant to make that application with the City of Macedonia, and we will give them their refund of that 0.25.
How does Macedonia's income tax rate compare to other surrounding communities?
I think that Macedonia is at the lower end of the spectrum. There are obviously many communities that are surrounding us, obviously more in Cuyahoga County than in perhaps Summit County. But for instance, Akron is at 2.50, Bedford is at 3%, Oakwood's at 2.50, we have Lakemore at 2.25. There are a lot of communities that are at a higher rate than we currently are. So if at 2.25, we will be right in the average of what the other communities are. So therefore, that means that if you're getting 100% reciprocation from and credit from those other communities, that let's say that you work in the city of Cleveland and they're at 2.50, then you pay nothing back to the City of Macedonia. In the event that you worked in a community that is 2% and we're at 2.5, then you would have to pay back 0.25.
I understand. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.